Did you let in Musume? 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 Did you let in? 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 Did you let in
Okay, look, I'm not doing gambling, so instead I'm doing whatever the hell this is. Okay, hello! I don't even remember how I found this demo. I was probably scrolling the demo list on Steam. But hey, it's something. Once upon a time, there was a humble recluse. Though they had no need for society, they did often find themselves home to a loneliness that they could never quite shake. In the morning, the sun would rise. At night, it would set. The recluse would observe this splendor, and knowing that the sight would be made all the more beautiful by having someone to share it with. Oh no, it's one of these, isn't it? Oh no. It wasn't that they desired a relationship. Perhaps it was a flame that had burned them one too many times. Or perhaps they were simply disinterested. No, a child. That is what they wanted. Something to take care of, to teach. Unfortunately, it was a longing that could not be found, not in these woods, alone. However, we are never quite as alone as we think, are we? One day, a witch appeared. As if drawn by the intensity of the recluse's desire. The lumber that the recluse had spent the morning gathering slipped through their hands as they spotted her. The Witch of the Woods. She began to speak. You desire a child, yes? For some, those are quite easy to come by. But not you, it would seem. Let's make a deal then. If you do 3 simple chores for me, I will present you with a daughter of your very own. The recluse, caught up in a moment of naivety, quickly agreed. What the hell? The witch, knowing that the recluse was destined to accept, simply nodded and began to deliver the first of these so-called chores without hesitation. Okay. Your child would come into this world with little to her name. Let us even the scales. Bring me an heirloom, something she will forever value. Recluse thought of it on it briefly, searching through their home for the object they had pictured. Old bottle of medicine, dark with a tome. Most used cast iron. Let's go with the potentially less chaotic situation. To be honest, the recluse didn't even really know what the medicine had been designed for initially. Uh-oh. But it contained things with strange names and held within so much potential. Perhaps it could cure something that ails her someday. Something immaterial and hard to name. Bringing their prize to the witch, she simply gave a smile. How perfect. After their brief detour to meet with the witch, the recluse resumed their normal day-to-day schedule. The second day. The recluse slept more soundly that night than they had in ages. Having a purpose again soothed them, even if they had found themselves caught up with a witch. They elected not to think about that, however. Instead, when the morning came, they simply did what they had to do, which is to say, they got up and went to meet with the witch. Upon watching the recluse's approach, a sardonic smile lit the witch's face. I can read. You completed your first task admirably. 2 more and I can finally give you what you want. She paused for only a moment before delivering her next message of import. There have been some activities I've been meaning to get to. Perhaps you could make yourself useful and cross one off the list for me. Not realizing that they were simply saving the witch some time, the recluse determined which task they were most suited for. Clean laundry, meal. Fucking hell. The cards kind of throw me something, and I don't know what they throw me for. Cooking was a simple affair, much kinder than the rest. It was an easy decision for the recluse. Well, I know how to make an omelet. Yes, Ruby, yes you do. What do witches like to eat? The recluse pondered this question, figuring that one could not go wrong with the simple meal of eggs and bacon. Already thinking back to their meeting point, the recluse was excited to report their progress to the witch. Ah, good. How very kind of you. I love myself an omelet. After quickly wiping themselves down, the recluse returned to their hut for the remainder of the night. 3rd day. With 2 assignments complete, the recluse could feel their excitement grow. I do too. If this witch was being honest, and for some reason they felt that she was, then that meant this could be the last night they spent without a child. This is going to... No context will be given. They hoped so, at least. That was all they could do. Barely remembering to get dressed, the recluse dashed to the meeting spot. Again, the witch had been waiting for them there. Welcome back, recluse. Are you prepared? Today's your big day, is it not? The last task is an easy one. Or at least, I believe so. Bring me something colorful, bright. Something that you will think that suit her. When they were first told of the 3 tasks, the recluse had imagined things that were much more difficult. This seemed so easy as to be a trick. Which, they supposed, only meant they should take it seriously, as if a mistake could mean death! With death in mind, the recluse needed to decide where to search for color. You know what? Let's not be cliche about it. Though underwater wasn't the first place most people thought of for color, the recluse understood there were many shades that people failed to consider. They arrived at a nearby river, glancing into the glassy water to spy a variety of small, shining stones. No! Why would I pick the bloodstone? Why would anyone pick the bloodstone? Okay, I understand why he would. No. Maybe. Turquoise. I'm feeling lucky with turquoise. The vivid hue of a chunk of turquoise caught the recluse's eye. Oh right, turquoise is a stone. Beckoning their hand, the stone presented itself like the sky, like the waters, like a purity rarely seen. Stone in hand, they returned to the witch, captivated by nature's beauty. Whoa! The recluse returned to the witch's hut, colored item in hand. She silently took the object, nodding her head to the recluse in recognition. The recluse stood there for a moment, unsure, before finally the witch realized what they expected. Oh, you want your promised daughter, don't you? Her voice was almost mocking, but at least it was not overtly cruel. I suppose I must tell you I lied, human. I do not require more trifling things. I do require several more trifling things from you. First! The matter of payment. Fuck! You know what? If we're dealing with a witch, we might as well go all in. The recluse told the witch they couldn't repair, not anytime soon. That's fine, of course. I'll collect payment eventually. Look, if we're dealing with a witch, we might as well go all in. True logic and reasoning. Trust me, I know. With the payment settled, the witch simply smiled and handed the recluse a small pot. Humans are tricky, but mushrooms are much more resilient. Consider this upgrade. Don't worry, eventually she will develop a mind. Simply give her time, as much as she needs. Soon your wish will be in full bloom. I suppose with all that settled though, there's one last thing for you to consider. A young girl needs a proper name. The recluse thought on the witch's demand before offering the final thing they had to give. Show me. Then she walked away. Only fate knowing if the two shall ever meet again. Probably will, considering what I chose for a payment option. I am in severe danger. Chapter 2. Cultivation. The recluse was unsure of the specifics. They did realize that it was important to heed her instructions. Care for the pot and the dirt and everything that lay within. So the recluse geared up, as any parent should, and assessed the things they needed to raise a child. Finances, in case the nearby village had goods or services that you could not provide. Nutrients, to help it grow strong. They would need plenty, as it would be depleted on a daily basis. And finally, the recluse's own stamina could not be ignored. One cannot burn the candle from both ends indefinitely. Thus began the longest growing season of the recluse's life. Oh, shit! Wonderful. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. I've played a game similar to this. Reigns! Yes, a Tinder management sim. I fucking sucked at that. Uh-oh. One day you awake slightly earlier than usual, and you're somewhat... Give me a sec.
Somnambulant.
State. You hear an ethereal croon originating from your garden. When you go out... What? When you spot it, a small fairy clad in turquoise is sitting amongst your crops. What? The fairy can barely lift the coin, but seems grateful as they sprinkle a small pile of fairy dust for you to collect. You are unsure of how to use it, but personally feel better for having it all the same. This decision being made, life continued. Oh shit. Okay, you know what? For this demo, I'm only doing one ending. If I get a game over, so fucking be it. Recently, you've begun thinking about your daughter's living quarters. Specifically, her pot. Like, what good parent leaves them to... Oh, wait, wrong pot. Right, it's a fungus. You have a few ideas of how to improve it, but you only have so much time. Which do you decide to move with first? Oh. Right! I forgot already. How did I forget that already? Uh-oh. That'll hurt finances. That'll hurt stamina. But probably do I want to give it the taste of blood? Let's see, if I give it blood now... and the witch comes for me later... as long as it's not material, such as being my life or soul, the mushroom will probably want revenge and hunt down the witch, in which they will sacrifice themselves to kill the witch. And what the fuck am I going on about? I'm just gonna use crops as compost. Recently, when cooking, you have noticed some waste. Perhaps the peels and scraps that you normally throw into the witch could have a better use. You begin to place small fragments of your meals in a special bin. It almost feels like you're sharing a meal with your daughter, and that thought brings you warmth. Yeah. Hopefully she likes your cooking. She'll have a lot of it in her life. Quality of life having been improved, life continued. I genuinely do not know what I was going on about. Whoa! Hey, they kind of look like the, moving on. Wow, my daughter has changed in the night. You awaken one morning to the sound of something moving about your home. Your daughter has grown a pair of sturdy legs. The creature walks about easily, using her new strength to push and rummage through your belongings. Her demeanor seems cute and helpful, often following you as you go about your daily tasks. Your daughter's development is going better than expected, and you want to promote her helpful nature. Oh fuck! I accidentally made her a gifted child! Fuck! You take the extra time on your chores, explaining the steps and giving her the opportunity to try new things. She doesn't actually help much, and you aren't sure if she actually understands you, but she clearly enjoys the experience. The decision being made, life continued. One evening, you hear a light knocking at your door. Quite a rare occurrence. Peeking through the window, you witness none other than the Witch of the Woods. Hello? You know what? No, screw it. I already signed the contract with blood, potentially soul, definite tears, and possibly sweat, but... Hello? Perhaps it was time for your daughter to meet the witch. She could maybe even learn a thing or two. The two of you answer the door and invite the gloomy woman inside for dry and awkward small talk. Something about the way the two absently stare at each other. You wonder if they're made some sort of connection today. Shroomy! The decision being made, life continued. While sitting at home one day, you hear an unexpected knock at the door. Oh. Unfortunately, when you answer, you find yourself face to face with a man that you never wish to see again. Though he was older now, the scar running down his cheek was unmistakable. It took me a while to find you this time, recluse. The sound of his voice sends a long-forgotten chill down your spine. This man was your former business partner. From a time when you did work that was... less than admirable. I'm sure all this time has given you plenty of time to reflect. Are you finally ready to get back to business? No, we're not going that way this fast. No, we are simply going to pay him off. You've known this man long enough to understand what he truly desires. Money! Perhaps if you offered him some, he would agree to leave you alone. You've always known me so well. Ah, that didn't deal as much damage as I thought it would. Oh. child? Oh, thanks. She's actually humanoid now. One morning, you notice that your daughter is nowhere to be seen. After some searching, you find a massive clump of mushrooms resembling your daughter's, protruding in a small clearing. Brushing away some of the freshly turned soil around, you can see the top of your daughter's head, having seemingly undergone transformation. Oh, is that the life cycle up there? Or is that the Susan? She twitches in response to your prodding and shifts until the earth coat again covers her head. I am dirt broke. Your daughter seems intent on being underground, so you won't disturb her. After waiting for an hour, you decide to let her be and go about your daily tasks, occasionally returning to check in on her. Later that day, you return to find her sitting in the clearing. The creature had now taken the form of a young girl. The decision being made, life continued. A flock of hungry birds have been harassing both your crops and your daughter recently. In fact, they're becoming quite the nuisance. No. Broke as is. Hopefully this will get me money back. You retrieve your bow and are lucky to leave with not one, but 2 birds from the flock. They shouldn't show up again for a while. You and your daughter may rest. Nothing more could be done to the birds. The matter was laid to rest. Status update? There's a bit of lag on that screen. Odd. One evening, you discover many footprints outside your home. 3-toed and webbed. Some strange creatures have been poking around. You have heard the rivers of these woods are home to nefarious turtle-like creatures that capture human children only to bring them home and drown them. Your child isn't human, but you feel the leer of envious eyes from the tree line. They know a precious daughter when they see one. By the looks of the tracks, these ones are quite young. Perhaps you can do something to frighten them away from your home. Cannot purchase. I got stamina to burn. The turtle creatures are determined but predictable and easy to frighten. Resolve to stand guard until they give up. Usually the amphibious monsters scout the area before the sunset and make their move as soon as dark falls. Standing at your doorway and brandishing a hatchet, you ward them off each night without fail. Occasionally they test your determination, their beady-eyed leers and whispers hooting, persisting long after midnight. Sleepless night or 2 are a small price to pay for you and your daughter's safety. Okay, good. That did not make me collapse. You successfully outlast them, and after 2 weeks, the signs of their intrusion cease. For now, they have given up, and you can once again spend your evenings with your daughter, worry-free. Life continues. An end. One night, you find yourself struggling to sleep. Your mind wanders as you consider your current place in life. You've lived peacefully with your daughter for many moons. Initially, it was strange. Well, it never stopped being strange, but you were always thankful for the company. Besides the affection you felt for her, besides, the affection you felt for her was like any parent would feel towards the child. That's normal, at least. Your thoughts turned to the concept of time, particularly how you were once alone, and you are afraid that you will be again, and that you will be again someday. Your daughter has had... Sorry, sirens. I heard sirens outside. Your daughter has had more and more curiosities about the outside world. It is only a matter of time before she wants to strike her own path. You hope you will be fulfilled now. You hope you've done enough. You hope you've done enough. Ultimately, you can find comfort in what you've done. You may have had many failures in your life, such as fucking nearly going bankrupt, but there's one thing you know and you can die proud of. Testing the recluse. Telling the recluse that you wanted to see. What? Oh! Okay! I understand now. I got it. Telling the recruits that you wanted to see more of the world wasn't an easy conversation. As they grew older, you worried about leaving them on their own. Thankfully, your concerns were unwarranted. They were happy that you had grown enough to want to move out. They even offered to help you build your own home, close to theirs. You were welcome to visit any time, obviously. Faster than you would have anticipated, the two of you built your home together. They showed you all of the tricks they knew, and made sure to impart as much knowledge as they possibly could. Finally, the day arrived. You were officially on your own. You were a little scared, but also excited. It felt like a new chapter was just beginning for you. Yay! Oh. What? Okay. And a token. Well, okay, that explains the wording right there, at least. Okay. The mountains bordering the northern reaches of the forest call to you. You see them every day on your adventures, and there is an overwhelming desire to climb them that simply can't be ignored. Readying your... Oh god, that's a lot of stats. Readying yourself in the early hours of the morning, you glance over the materials you have on hand. Nope card. Oh, I can't save. Uh-oh. Okay. Okay. You carefully choose each item based on its weight and usefulness. Time lapse of a peak playthrough, I guess. Your pack sits comfortably on your shoulders and allows for your full range of movement. With your pack all set, you make your way out to the mountain. After a couple of hours climbing, I guess that rolls to see if it damages. After a couple of hours climbing, you feel like you've made some decent progress, though you're starting to get a bit tired. Just as you think it's time for a break, you come across a beautiful mountain spring, complete with its own waterfall. Give me a sec. Hello? Of course they bring lunch when I'm doing the read-only demo. Be right back. I'm now going to eat, and hopefully I won't forget the game is on. Alright, I'm not done eating, but I might as well take a relaxing shower. Oh. The water's frigid embrace leaves your skin numb and joints stiff. You take a moment in the sun to warm yourself, but end up falling asleep. At least you're not sweaty anymore. You wake up in the mountain forest that night. I didn't raise me no dumbass. You managed to set up a small camp for yourself, complete with a campfire and a snack. Tomorrow awaits. After your rest, you continue up the trail to the mountain's peak. Wait. The air thins and trees become sparse. You have reached the top. You can see the whole region from up here. Myriad hamlets, roadways winding between them, and the beautiful mountain ranges. But one peak in particular stands out to you, the only mountain in the region taller than the one under your feet. Far to the east, beyond the village, across from the old ruins, the great mountain calls to you. A burning urge wells up inside you. Maybe someday you'll conquer that one as well. Close your eyes and reflect on your life and the things you've seen on this trip. Your time at the top of the mountain has come to an end. When you arrive home, you sprawl out onto your bed, exhausted from your adventure. That was one event, Pip? One day you find yourself considering the thought of dinner, primarily that you don't feel like preparing it. While you don't need food, as the humans call it, you find that it's a comfort you particularly enjoy indulging in at times. Those times are primarily in the morning, in the afternoon, and in the evening. You've been told humans enjoys their meals in this structure as well. This lack of will, yet interest in flavor, compels you to think. You remember that in the village there is an establishment you have yet to visit. restaurant by one of the locals. A meal without having to cook? What a brilliant idea. If you were going to ask a stranger for food, you figured you should try to play some human social norms. Perhaps it would be wise for you to blend in more than normal today. You decide to don a head wrap and dark tinted glasses to conceal some of your abnormal appendages and make your way quickly to town. Oh God! Thankfully, you are familiar with the area it is located in. This knowledge helps you get there with the utmost haste. When you arrive, you cautiously enter the front door of the establishment. Then you see a woman nervously pacing. On your entrance, she jumps. Oh! She grasps quickly, then trains herself up. She gives you a thorough look over as if trying to deduce something about you. Her eyes go from your glasses to your head wrap. Finally, it's as if she had a realization. How discreet! I understand. Please come this way, madam. Discreet? What a strange thing to be complimented on? She seems polite enough, so you do as she says. I say as I slip my note card into my sleeve. She guides you to a quaint table in the corner of the dining room. The tabletop is decorated with fine silk tablecloth as well as a small selection of lit candles. Allow me. Is this a restaurant? Is this what a restaurant is? A servant and a meal? She begins to tell you about the current offerings of the establishment, detailing the many virtues of the chef's hard-track pork stew. And don't worry about the price, madame. Madame, isn't for you, it's on the house. The alarms are going off. The alarms are going off. Oh God. Wait. Why is it pink? Why is my Google pink? What the fuck? No, I'm taking a screenshot of this. What the fuck is, why is it pink? Anyway, hardtack. Oh, it's a biscuit. Sure. Pork stew sounds hearty, like it would fill you up and leave you ready to do the day's work. You told the waitress! I cannot speak. Can you please read for me? You told the waitress you'd like to try it. She nods happily, then departs to the kitchen to deliver your order. With the waitress gone, a certain silence fills the room. You are there, alone, at the table. Admittedly, this is the situation you aren't used to. Give me a sec. Okay, so this is taking a while for a single run, so I'm gonna continue for 20 more minutes. 19 now, but yeah, well. Do humans spend much of their time in such a manner, sitting in a room in someone else's residence, unsure of what they are allowed to do? In any case, the time somehow passes quickly. You can just barely make out the faint sound of cookery in the background. Pots clanging and wet squelches. Squelch. The excitement does not have an effect on your appetite, and when you finally spot the server coming with the tray in her hand, you can almost hear your non-existent stomach gurgling. Here you are, ma'am. She sets the tray down, the aroma slowly reaching you. Okay, I understand. I am totally not panicking. She reaches out, placing a steaming bowl in front of you. It has a rich, spiced smell that leaves your face tingling. Within the broth, you spy large, succulent chunks of pork, as well as a selection of what you can only assume are vegetables. Good. The hardtack is fresh, almost crisp, yet pliant. As soon as the waitress is far enough away, you eagerly use the piece to sop some stew into your mouth. Delicious. As cleanly as you can, you slip the rest of the stew into your mouth over the next few minutes. Please don't tell me I get punished if I go over. I stopped playing Reigns because it was just so fucking aggressive. And the fucking dungeon that I can't ever get out of! And when you do, you're already fucking too late. I don't like Reigns. I got bored of it really fast, and it was one of the first games I've ever had on Steam. Enough ranting. After sufficient enough time to finish your meal, the server reappears accompanied by a rotund man and a chef's smock. I wanted to come out and personally thank you for coming by tonight, he speaks. I know you could be at any other establishment in the village right now, but I'm honored that you chose mine. I apologize if this is a bit too direct. What could I ask? Did we pass muster? Did you enjoy your meal? Be nice. With honesty, you are able to tell the man that it was one of the best meals you've ever eaten. Okay, so far they only think I am someone else. He squeals with joy, quickly covering his mouth. Oh, thank you! This will be so good for business. Please, come again anytime! He forcibly shakes your hand and leaves in a giddy rush. Finally, with the whole ordeal done, you stand to leave. You were told the meal was free, and everyone seems to be gone, so you suppose that's your cue. Well, shit. There's the mine. There's the singular. Oh, hey, there's the mine I was looking for. Pop. As you walk out the entryway, you shortly collide with something. Oh, that's not the mine. That's the Oh, that's not the mine. You look over, seeing a strange hunched woman. She's wearing a pair of dark glasses and a wrap around her head. You sure had fun doing it. That was the mine. I thought it was going somewhere else, but no, that was in fact the mine, and I stepped right over it. Okay. Good. You leave your home in the later hours of the morning one day. Oh, pardon. Only to set upon a strange woman not too far from your front door. It's immediately apparent that she does not notice you. Heck, she may not even notice the house that is just right there. As it stands, the slender, spectacled woman has her gaze locked to the sky. She'd be a statue if not for a periodic wave of the hand, setting errant strands of silver back into a messy ponytail. Watching her for a moment, you stand to reason that maybe something's wrong. Plus, she looks harmless enough. Maybe she's worth approaching. Why is it pink? Play nice, play nice, play nice, play nice. Humanity, humanity. Is that... No, that's definitely a circle. Right there. It has to be the background. The woman whirls around, caught off guard by your sudden appearance. Oh, I'm sorry, but she stammers before catching a good look at you. Oh, my, you are an interesting creature, aren't you? Her inquisition borders heavily on the familiar, but you let it slide. Are you by chance the mystical maiden of these woods? I've heard so much about you! Okay, no, there is definitely a pattern moving on in the background. I am not going insane. It's right there. It's such a shame I'm pursuing other interests right now. I would love so much to study you. Either this is the witch, or the recluse is in that bush waiting to jump this lady. Sorry, is that weird? That's weird, right? The woman pushes back a series of straight hairs, smiling sweetly through thin lips and eyes that glitter like velvet gems. It's almost enthralling. Ah, right then, I should introduce myself. My name's Kalia. I am what I suppose you'd call a scholar of sorts. I study all sorts of creatures, both mystical and speculative, ranging from all sorts of quasi-humanoid to amorphous energies. My primary field of study is in the realm of the Fae. Tricky little friends, I tell you what. Don't tell them your name. They will steal your soul. Lately, I've been trying to uncover traces of this cheeky bugger, a Fae prince by the name of Cupid. Wait, the Cupid? Like, love arrow and such? don't suppose you've seen this foul-mouthed baby flying around zooting at people, have you? Wait a minute. Be nice. Is that a riddle? I do suppose it sounds odd, huh? Still, there's that little gremlin around here somewhere. My sources have provided me with good intel, I assure you. I guess I can let you know if I see anything. Oh, that would be wonderful! It definitely seems to be a lost cause looking for him here, anyway. Tell you what! Celia? Fuck, how do you actually say that? Celia hands you a small handheld bell made of lightly glowing bone. Take this and ring it if you find him. Of course, if you find anything else of interest, I would be thrilled to be notified. Holding the handbell, you give it a light jingle. To your surprise, it rings out spectacularly. Scholar bell. Oh, actually. Kalia's face begins to turn red as she looks away, hand on cheek and stifling a giggle. Nothing. Don't be a stranger now. With a... was that a flirtatious smile? Oh! With a grin, she saunters away. You're left feeling a myriad of emotions, though a single question remains. You're not going to, like, get shot by a baby just walking about, right? I don't have the button on my soundboard. I moved it to a different folder. So instead, I'll pick this one. Good enough. Good enough. Moving on. You feel a crisp breeze. The heat is relenting. Trees are changing in color. Fall has arrived. Hey, Lich, what season is it? One more encounter, then I'll call it. While taking a stroll down the center of town, you catch the eye of a curious group of children. One of them lifts the finger to you and point and shouts, "Look, a big mushy!" That's pretty rude by all means. What do you do about this? God damn it! Oh. You decided it would... Fucking... leave me alone. You decided it would be easier to leave than to try and explain, so you cut your stroll short and flee the town. God damn it! I can... we keep going. Walking around the village one day, you overhear a gaggle of fun-sized humans giggling the time away. Remarkably close. They don't really seem to care that you're here. Hey, wait, are they ignoring you on purpose? I am not saying that! The nerve of some people. At least you can listen in to whatever seems to be so engrossing. How much? One of the children exclaims, her jaw dropped in sheer awe of another kid whose chest is proudly puffed out. With a grin, the child reiterates, "Enough to buy 3 bags of candy." "No fair!" Another child cries out. "When I lost mine, all she brought me was enough for a hoop and stick." The other kids looked at the child with pity. Hoop and stick was so last season. "Well, anyway, I have another one loose." Oh. That explains it. "I have another one loose, so I can expect even more candy here soon." "That's not fair. I want to lose a tooth. You're younger than me. What gives?" "Probably because all that candy," one of the kids said, getting met with only a shrug from the proud child as he smacked on it. "On his treats. I read that as threads. I can read. I'm literate. I may be an Undertale fan, but I'm literate." Whatever. I'm going home and pull my tooth out myself. And when you see me next, I'll have 4 bags of candy. The girl stormed off, determined to come into some coin of her own. Which is odd when you think about it. Do these kids get money for their teeth? Do they sell their other parts? You wonder briefly about the value of a candy when you hear one of the gremlins shout, "Be sure to put it under your pillow." Money? Miss, what are you considering? At length, you arrive home and find yourself less certain about this than you were in the village. It's not like the fun-sized humans are known for their honesty. Pause a moment and think. What? It's a yes or no, and I use my no card. You know what? We're playing once. I'm only playing once. Not wanting to put any more time into attempting to convince yourself otherwise, you reach up into your mouth, grab hold of what passes in your body as a tooth. Slowly, steadily, pressure builds as you pull, and then schnoop. Tooth broke off easily, like a bar of chocolate. But oh, my celium, so much worse. I think potency went down. But my overheal went down, so my overheal went down. Regardless, you are now in the position of a detached tooth and are eager to see what comes with resting it under your pillow. You snap awake in the middle of the night, your first thought being of what lays beneath your pillow. You find nothing, not even your tooth remains. So you's awake then, eh? A small voice chimes from the center of your room. You spot an ill-tempered fairy and their few companions. See, here's the thing. You put the tooth under the pillow, all fine and all. Till that tooth turns out it tain't be a tooth? Yes, taint! Taint! You don't have to be so loud. I like saying the word taint! The group of Fae all stare you down. You suspect it's for the best to remain still and listen to the big palooka up front. Now, I'm a reasonable guy. I clock in, clock out. And I don't know what. And I don't want no trouble no how. But the issue here is that the boss lady ain't too keen on these types of shenanigans. Now I can see you as just an innocent marsh lady, so this ordeal can be overlooked this time. Unfortunately, we ain't able to give back the tooth of yours. Company practice, capiche? Out of curiosity. Don't play fate here. Oh yes, that's how teeth work. At least once. You got your baby teeth and your adult teeth. Can I not? Do what? You're saying you got a replenishable supply? The fairies all pause for a moment, ears noticeably turning in their heads. Hey, so, sorry for any unpleasantries earlier. Boss lady just really wanted the message clear, you know? But, she did also have a... Right, she got the peculiar taste, it seems. What did he just say? You know, she told her some food that's, like a nice mushroom batter. All of his companions, more intrigued by your abilities. Here, take this. Parrish pulls an adorably small business card from his pocket, handing it over. Words on the front and the back. Wow! Two-sided business card? Those are rare nowadays. Is that a number? Pretty sure that's a number. Oh, if it is, it's really long. Wow. Bear in charge guesses you're confused and upon realizing the situation, procures a different card. This one simply has a crude picture of someone kicking multiple mushrooms arranged in a circle. Give us a ring sometime, yeah? I don't know. I should probably end it off after this encounter, but what this implies is that there's phones. It implies that phones exist in this world, and I don't really know how to feel about that. Looking back at the artwork, you can't help but feel like it's a hate crime. But upon looking back up, you realize the fairies have vanished without a trace. Only the lingering smell of bad aftershave and latent face stink remains. Unsatisfied with the lack of reward under your pillow and annoyed by the usual fairy shenanigans, you attempt to go back to sleep. Maybe you'll check out that Tooth Fairy seal one day. Until then, however, it's the middle of the night and sleep beckons. Alright. Hold on. While wandering the world. Well, I think that's it. That's all I feel like doing. I might finish later. I might even record it. Chances are not. Chances are low, but there's always that chance. So, that's Mushroom Musume. Yeah. Yeah. Good night, sweet dreams. Bless your sleep. Okay, I literally just stopped recording, but holy fucking shit! There's goddamn roguelike elements! What the hell? And don't encounter a boar.